Hi everyone, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. It's certainly lovely to have you with me. Cheers for the morning. I've got a hot cup of cocoa, which is kind of like Milo, but is, I don't know, it's better for you, you know? So good. So it's kind of for those people that love chocolate but don't want to get, I don't know, addicted to chocolate, so they can have cocoa instead. Anyway, I want to do a story time today, so I'm going to do 4 different divine masculine stories, and maybe one of them is your divine masculine. Okay, so I'm going to try and do I want to do 4 today. All right, so I'm going to shuffle on camera. Wow, I've pre-shuffled already, so sometimes the cards come out quickly. All right, I'm going to use 3 different decks so that we can, get a more specific and I don't know, expanded message, because sometimes, we might have double cards coming out or triple cards coming out, which can say a lot about the divine masculine. Okay, so I'm just pulling now for divine masculine number 1. That sounded terrible. Anyway, never mind, you know what I mean. Okay, so sometimes my Australian slang might not make sense to you. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments section, and I may or may not be able to answer them for you. Australians are well known for abbreviating things, and g'day mate, put another shrimp on the barbie. You might not know what that means. It means hello. Put another prawn on the barbecue is basically what that means. Which is funny because, I know a lot of Australians, but it's not really a common thing to put prawns on the barbecue. Like, I don't know. It's more, you would put, I don't know, like meat on there more, I guess. But anyway. The other differences I can think of are, so in different states, because there's different states in Australia, sometimes people would call, a swimming costume. We don't call it a swimming costume. In some states we would say bathers, or some other states might say swimmers or togs. So there's 3 different ways of saying, what you'd wear to the beach. And then of course the bikini is, I think everyone knows what a bikini is. I don't know why I'm getting a beach theme coming up today, but maybe your divine masculine likes going to the beach. I don't know. Alrighty. Let's do divine masculine number 1. Okay, so divine masculine number 1, some sort of truth has come in for him regarding his money situation, and it's been a shock to him. Okay, so some kind of money situation has been a shock to him. Okay, sorry. So the truth is, some kind of shock has come to him, and it's regarding a loss of money here. The 5 of Pentacles. A loss of money in this deck. It's financial loss, financial hardship. Do not invest in anything at the moment. Alright, so this has caused him to feel off balance in some way. Alright, he's felt like he's juggling. There's, hard times here, and this has made him be a little bit in his ego because it's upsetting him. So it's, you know, this, when your stability gets taken away, it's scary. All right, so he might be in his ego, he might be not as talkative, or he might be really talkative but saying or speaking in a way that he wouldn't normally. Even though he's feeling depressed about the situation, he's looking to divine feminine or the mother of his children or his mother, but I'm feeling it's like he's looking to divine feminine more than the others, to help him out of this confusion, emotional turmoil, as well as mental turmoil. So he's taking time to be alone around this full moon, because we're in the Scorpio full moon at the moment, so he can try and figure out what to do in a business sense. Okay, so this is divine masculine number 1. He's not freaking out, but he's kind of like, what am I going to do now? My hopes have been dashed a little bit here. My hopes have been, I don't know. He's a bit worried. All right, so divine masculine number 1, the message from Spirit. Wow, Spirit have a lot to say. Go to them. Okay, so Spirit is telling this divine masculine that they should go perhaps to their employer and try and work something out. All right, there's a need for them to ground themselves, and there's a need for them to say no if there's going to be terms that they don't like. It seems to be all regarding employment. So divine feminine, if you're listening, they do love you, okay, despite what's going on. They need to cook better food. They've been eating not very well at the moment. They're telling divine masculine to kiss their divine feminine and to hug themselves. Okay, so divine masculine number 1, his messages from his soul to his divine feminine soul. You mean more to me than you know. I'm thinking about you right now. I get butterflies every time my eyes lock with yours. Can you forgive me, please? So this is if, they've been in their ego or said some cutting words, if they've been in their distorted energy. And then lastly, we are in each other's life for a reason. Thank you for showing up. Wow. So that's divine masculine number 1. So that may or may not resonate with everyone, of course. Alrighty, so I'm just going to shuffle as I begin talking about divine masculine number 2. Divine masculine number 2 is very, very spiritual at the moment. He's working with the angels. He's working with his higher self. He's working with, his spiritual practice or religion, if he's religious. Okay. He's also working on his money situation at the moment, and he's doing well. Okay, so the first 2 cards out of the bat here are, I call this the Archangel Michael card. Okay, so he's balancing, he's alchemizing, he's praying, he's stepping into his higher consciousness, his highest vibration, and he's also working on his money. He's stable. He's doing a great job. He's a fool for love. He loves the twin flame journey, in fact. In the past, he was holding on to money like it was the most important thing, perhaps. Holding on to any actions that other people did around him, that made him feel wounded. Holding on to all of that emotionally. And now he's like a small child, more innocent, more understanding of others, willing to offer divine feminine, something beautiful. He sees divine feminine as the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Cups here. This is how he sees divine feminine, and this is beautiful because, divine feminine showing up here in his mind as someone with a strong constitution, a sensible woman with a good head for business, a very motherly woman, someone who is kind-hearted and charitable, someone who is cheerful, a woman who can use her skills to make money, or perhaps is learning a new skill to make money. He sees her as a high achiever. He also sees her as the sun, and he may not have come in with the loving messages, that was upside down, sorry, as much as he wanted to. Okay, because he's been focused on either his spirituality or his religion, or making money. This abundance is really important to this divine masculine because he likes to feel stable. He doesn't want to feel off balance. Okay, so spirit messages for this divine masculine. Okay, so he's learning to say no to people, places, and situations around him. He's learning how to be assertive. If there's an idea that they're not sure of, they should think on it more, because the answer is a maybe here. I'm feeling this is work related. It's a maybe. Don't trust the first offer you get. There's a need for them to love their body more. A definite need for that. Stop eating crappy food, food that's not good for you. Then it says this card is important. Drink water now. Okay, so there's a need for them to drink more water. Okay, now the love messages from divine masculine number 2 to divine feminine. I don't know where Harry is today. He's gone missing. Oh, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. We'll leave him, eh? Okay, so he says, sometimes I look at you and wonder how I got to be so damn lucky. So that's nice. I'm sorry that this is how things turned out. He's talking about the world situation at this time when he says this. He says, you are the reason why I'm smiling again. Wow, divine feminine. And with regard to the world situation at this time, he says, I feel like I'm waiting for something that isn't going to happen. Maybe he can't get to you, divine feminine. That's bothering him. Then he says, there's just something about you I'm scared to lose because I know I won't find it in anyone else. Wow. I smile whenever I get a message from you is the last message from this divine masculine. Alrighty. That was divine masculine number 2. Whoa. Divine masculine number 3 really wants to talk now. Okay. So, I'm going to be quick because there's a whole heap of cards for this one. So I'm just going to hold them up quickly as I go, okay? All right, so there's some sort of toxic addiction that divine masculine 3 has, okay? Whether this is a marriage, whether this is some sort of toxic behavior, I'm not sure. But he's trying to get rid of it. Whatever it is, there's a lucky cycle because he understands that the twin flame journey is what he wants to do. The universe is supporting him in this decision. He feels warmth when he comes into contact with his divine feminine. All right? He's holding on to the idea of this happy home. Okay? He had been stressed, worrying, how can I get to my divine feminine? How do I get rid of all the drama in my life? He's been through it a bit with other people, the drama, family perhaps. So he's gone to God or whoever he believes in, spirituality. He's looking for the answers in some sort of spiritual practice. He's taking the time to know what wish fulfillment means for him. He's making a decision to leave all the people, places and situations that have been deceitful in the past. Excuse me. He's trying to speak. There's been some injustice for him in the past. And so this, wow, it's really affected his throat chakra. Okay, so this is bringing him to be slower with people. He doesn't just communicate quickly anymore with people. He doesn't want to have a broken heart anymore, right? He's had to do a lot to tame himself to not get angry about these situations. But since he's been on the twin flame journey with this divine feminine, he feels like a fool for love. He feels highly passionate about his divine feminine. This is, you know, the Who's Your Daddy card. Wanting to make love, wanting to have sex, wanting to, you know, push her push her down and make love to her. You know, this is the I'm too sexy for my I don't know. I'm too sexy for my something. He's the sexy king, all right? He could be a fire sign. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Anyway, so despite all that sexiness, he's tamed himself, okay? So he understands that, you know, in taming himself, these burdens and this, you know, these other people, you know, situations that make him feel stabbed in the back and give him mental conflict, make him feel left out in the cold. He understands that when he tames himself, you know, none of that matters anymore. And so he's working on his money. He's working on his money. He's no longer confused anymore about the twin flame journey. He's looking to the divine feminine, the Empress, and he wants to build with her. Wow. My throat chakra. Excuse me, hang on. Wow. He really wants you to hear this divine feminine. He's been in tears about all of this. He's realized his love for divine feminine. I'm feeling really emotional. He says, I love you. Excuse me, wow. Really, really emotional for whoever this is for. He says, I love you. I was confused. I was worrying. I had anxiety. I didn't know what to do. And then the Four of Wands shows up and he says, I realize that this twin flame journey is for me. I realize that divine feminine is my wish fulfillment, complete wish fulfillment, 10 of Cups. Okay? There could be a third party situation in the way of this though. Oh, he is really emotional, this guy. Wow, this, you know, particular divine masculine collective, he needs to work on his throat chakra. He needs to speak his truth, which is what's happening now through the cards. He is speaking his truth. So hopefully that makes him feel better. Okay. With regards to his karmic situation, he's saying, I'm sorry that this is how things turned out. So he may not be able to get to you because of his karmic situation. But then he says, you are the reason why I'm smiling again. Okay. At times he's felt like he's waiting for something that isn't going to happen. Okay, let me just shuffle these. He wants to give you 3 more love messages. This is divine masculine. Wow, no, just 2, sorry. Okay, so he says it again. I smile whenever I get a message from you. I'm a big mess and that's the last thing you need right now. Okay, so he's going through it a bit. This is why his throat chakra is a bit out of whack and he seems to be crying. He's very emotional. So if this is your divine masculine, please reach out to him, because the last message he says is, I acted like it wasn't a big deal when it really was breaking my heart. So if you've had a conflict or an argument with him, or he's, I don't know, gone away, or you'll know if it resonates for you. This divine masculine number 3 needs unconditional love at this time. And there does seem to be like a third party situation in the way. A person, place, or situation in the way of the connection. All right, so the message from Spirit for him is that he needs to cook more. So he's needing to eat better. Okay. He's been worrying about something else. So Spirit say think on it more. And yes, they will call. So he might be waiting for his divine feminine to call here, I'm feeling. And then Spirit say yes, yes. He's waiting for divine feminine to call or text or reach out. He needs to hug himself or love himself better. He also needs to pray about it or do whatever spiritual practice resonates for him. Wow. Whew, he was a bit emotional, that guy. Emotional and passionate at the same time. Could be a fire sign, could be a water sign. Could have multiple, different signs in his chart, actually, that particular divine masculine. All right, so now we're going to move on to the last divine masculine to see what he wants to say. Okay, so this one has recently, in the recent past, had to be defensive about something. He decided to ignore the people, places, and situations he was around because they weren't offering anything to him. In particular, a woman was being cutting. So he walked away from the argument after having words. Could be multiple women here, or multiple people in their feminine, distorted feminine energy, not divine feminine energy, okay? So in their ego. So then he said, you know what, I'm going to look out to something better for me. I'm going to make a small offer to my divine feminine. He could have done this in the recent past, okay? Just remember, time is fluid. So this could have already happened. It might be about to happen, or it could happen in the future. Wow. There was a slight depression and boredom in the past. He wanted to move away from that. There is a need for healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing. Going within, getting inner knowledge, finding out the truth about what he wants, building up his own foundation of abundance. This may or may not be money related, wanting to have a victory here, and then yes, we get the working hard card. So he's working hard. He doesn't want to feel like this anymore. He doesn't want to feel exhausted. The twin flame journey is important to him. Wow, let me just have a sip. We've got divine masculines here with throat chakra issues, not speaking their truth or speaking their truth too much in their distorted energy, because here again, in a different deck, we're having the same cards coming up. He had to be speaking, winning an argument here. I mean, no one really wins an argument, do they? He put this woman in her place, as in he had to speak to her. He had to speak to her because she was out of line. In fact, she was so out of line, perhaps even trying to, gain some money or some sort of resource from this divine masculine. It seems to be a past energy, just recently occurred, okay? Because then he went away and thought about it, thought about how emotional this made him feel, thought about how much he needed to heal from this situation, thought about how he didn't want to message this person anymore, and then he took control. Then he came into his own control and said, you know what? I'm going to God or whoever I believe in, I'm going to seek my own inner knowledge and not worry about this. I'm going to focus on my own abundance. Social media is not something that he's really interested in as much anymore. Perhaps only looking at his divine feminine's photographs, texts, messages, right? Because he's coming through as the passionate guy now, the passionate divine masculine. His health is starting to transform for the better. He's learning how to balance himself, and he wants to do this for his divine feminine, who is showing up as the Queen of Cups. Someone who is honest and devoted, someone with a beautiful gift of wisdom, someone who is successful, loving and caring, someone he wants to have a new beginning with, someone who he recognizes as his, a past, someone from his past, as in, past life, past. Someone he can have a victory with, someone he can complete tasks with, someone he can have a triumph with. And Spirit are saying to him, Archangel Michael is helping you in general. Wow, you are excellent. Keep going, you're doing fine. Hug them, as in whoever around them needs a hug right now. I'm feeling that for some divine masculines, it could be their kids and or divine feminine. Their solar plexus also needs work to get their power back. Remember, the solar plexus is the power center, of the chakra system, of the energetic system. Okay, so here's love messages now to you, divine feminine, if this is resonating for you. Just because I let you go doesn't mean I wanted to. Okay, so if he's coming back and forth, or he blocked you, or you blocked him, or if for some reason you went away from one another, he didn't want that. He says, I'm connected with you no matter where you are. My heart never knew loneliness until you walked away. I'm missing you. Okay, this won't resonate for everyone. I'm sorry if I ever contributed to the suffering of your heart. I'm sorry that this is how things turned out. But they're thinking of you. They're going back into the messages that you sent. They're going back into the photographs if you shared those. You are the reason why I'm smiling again. Okay? So, I want to get 4 angel messages now from a new deck, which I've forgotten I forgot I had, and they're really beautiful messages, so I just want to share them with you before we close out the reading. This is story time with Divine Masculine. You can see how beautiful these cards are. Okay, they are from Chrissy Astel, Advice from Angels. Okay, what a beautiful, beautiful painting. Okay, so there's 50 angel messages with a story, poem, prayer, visualization, meditation, which will guide and motivate. Oh my goodness. Guide and motivate your personal journey. I sound like I'm on one of these infomercials. These wise angel blessings will provide comfort and bring a smile to everyone who understands that angels are everywhere. Okay, so this is for both divine feminine and masculine. Angel reassurance. Humans must be known to be loved. Angels must be loved to be known. I'm just going to put it down so I can read it better because it's really small. Okay. When we love and are being loved, our souls sing. We are nourished and whole. Loving others is easy, but in order to love unconditionally, we must first learn to love ourselves. That's so true. Loving is an expression of kindness, of communicating from the heart, and of compassion. Learn to give the gift of love to yourself. Think of a quality you deeply admire, one you would contribute or attribute to an angel. Now visualize that quality in the form of a flower bud, and in your imagination carry it to your every core. Look at the flower and admire it. Appreciate its perfection. Remembering those qualities, recognize that you too have these attributes. Acknowledge and respect yourself for that. Wow. Recognizing that your soul contains perfection, allow yourself to love it. Your soul has the qualities of an angel. Wow. As you begin to know yourself, you will learn to love yourself. Goodness. And this is the second one before I close out the reading. Angelic connections. Okay? Angelic connections. At the center of all creation is love. In the rain, the earth, the petal of a flower, the fur of a kitten, the wing of a bee. Love is in the sleeping face of a child, the song of a blackbird, the twinkling of a star. Love is in the roar of the ocean as it crashes onto the shore, the delicate intricacy of a snowflake, the lightness of a feather. Love is in the whisper, the whistle, the rustle, the rush, the strength and the power of the wind. The same wind that fuels a tornado also gently caresses your face in the breeze. The wind that carries messages of fortune or disaster is the same wind that also gives support beneath the wings of an angel. And your wings too. Wow, what more can you say about that? I don't know. These cards are very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Okay, so I think I'll leave the reading there today. I hope that one of these stories resonated for you. There are 4, and you might just be able to pick little pieces from each story to see where your divine masculine's at today. I'm sending you so much love from Australia, and I hope you too can have a cup of cocoa or a cup of tea or coffee or, I don't know, something nice wherever you are today. Remember to take care of yourself and love yourself. And if you need me, my details are in the description box below. And I'm sending you love, peace and light, whether it's day, morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is over there where you are. Harry just woke up. Let him say goodbye. He's still got one eye closed from sleeping, you see? I am silly. All right. I love you all very much. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.